everyone, this is MystieGaming and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to go over how to revive prehistoric creatures with the mod Fossils and Archeology in its newer versions, so 1.18.2 and above. For this video I am only going to show you the T-Rex so that you can discover the creatures and models yourself. Before we get too far into the video, I always recommend that you have just enough items or a similar mod installed when playing modded Minecraft, as it will show you all of the recipes more in depth than I will be showing in this showcase, and it is a must-have for any modded playthrough. But with that out of the way, let's get straight into the tutorial. Now, the biggest difference in newer Fossils and Archaeology versions is how you get your fossils. So there are 7 new variants of fossils that spawn in your world. These 5 will drop biofossils, and these 2 will drop the new item shale fossils. These 2 are both mineable with an iron level pickaxe or higher, and now you will get frozen meat from permafrost, which now spawns in snowy plains. And finally, we have the tar that will spawn in pits around your world. This will also spawn tar slimes, which can be deadly if you are not careful. But you can bucket some of this up or kill some tar slimes in order to get tar drops, which you can then analyze to get tar fossils, which you can then analyze again to get some DNAs, which leads me straight into our next item, the analyzer, which is how you get DNAs. Now it is crafted like this, and this up here is a relic scrap, which will also drop from fossil blocks, and it kind of gets into the archaeology side of the mod. But we will analyze any type of these fossils to get dinosaur DNAs and a bunch of junk. So if you're in need of bone meal, this is definitely what you need to do. So different types of fossils will give you different types of DNA. So to start, biofossils will give you these orange circular DNAs, which will drop Mesozoic era creatures. Think the traditional dinosaur, the T-Rex, the Velociraptor, the Triceratops. These are all Mesozoic era creatures. Now, the shale fossil will give you this green diamond DNA, and these are Paleozoic era creatures, or ancient life creatures. Think small kind of insect-like and small reptilian-like creatures. Some of them are pretty cool. And finally, frozen meat and tar fossils will give you Cenozoic DNAs and modern Minecraft creatures. The Cenozoic ones are these diamond blue ones, and modern Minecraft creatures have a square pinkish red DNA. So once you have your DNAs, the next machine you are going to need is the culture vat, which is crafted like this, and you can use any type of glass and a tar drop instead of the slime if you can't find any slime. Now this machine needs a fuel, which is biogoo. It's this strange kind of drippy liquid, which is crafted like this. You need any type of egg, a wheat, a rotten flesh, and some milk. And if you put your DNA with your biogoo in here, eventually you are going to get an egg or some other alternative for your creature, which brings me over here. So you can get multiple different outputs from your culture vat. The first one being a standard egg that you place down similar to a turtle egg, but it needs some torches, for example, to keep it warm, and eventually it will hatch. The second output that you could get is some type of egg or sac. Now these indicate a water creature, and these will hatch instantaneously upon you placing them, so be careful. And the third and final output you could get is the embryo, which you right-click on another animal, and after a little while, that creature will be born. The next super useful item that you are going to find is the Dinopedia, and it's going to be extremely helpful in the care of your prehistoric creatures. It tells you information such as how long till something hatches, and it tells you information about your creatures, such as their age, health, hunger, what they eat, their happiness, and so much more. The next thing we are going to talk about is taming your creatures after they hatch. Most creatures will be tamed if you are near them when they hatch, but they may require you to feed them soon after they do. If you are not near them when they hatch, you can wait until they are an adult and whip them until they are tamed. This will severely decrease their happiness, and it is also a setting you can disable in the config if you don't feel okay with this. Now, the next type of predator are the apex predators, and these cannot be tamed with the traditional methods. One of these is the T-Rex, and you need either a scarab gem or an aquatic scarab gem in order to tame them. Now, in order to do this, they need to be an adult, and you need to hit them until they go into a sleep state. Okay. Just like this. It looks like they're asleep, and then you're going to go down here and grab the scarab gem and right-click it in order to tame them. Now, as you can see, this dinosaur is tamed to me. Now, we are going to talk about caring for our prehistoric creatures, since we know how to bring them back and tame them. So, first things first, the enclosures. By default, creatures can break blocks that are weaker than iron if they are unhappy. This is also a setting you can disable in the config if you want to have full creative freedom. And Fossils adds some blocks that cannot be broken by dinosaurs, like this glass right here. Feeders are also a super helpful tool to use when you are running a park. You're probably going to have more than one, and hand feeding every creature, especially if they're aggressive and not tamed, is just not the way to go. So this is how you craft a feeder. It is super simple, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Now, in this chest, I'm going to show you how much each of these sections fills up with an entire stack of each food. As you can see, we have a meat section, a kind of herbivore section, and a fish section. So, as you can see, the cooked steak has won, and the wheat has lost, but this is roughly how much you can expect one stack of steak, wheat, or cooked fish to give you. Now, the cooked variants of the meats do give you a lot more than the raw versions, but as you can see up here, this little carnivore has eaten a decent amount in the time it has taken me to record these clips. And finally, your creatures have happiness. Oh no, I got rid of my Dinopedia. That was silly of me. And as you can see, my T-Rex is actually quite happy. Now, happiness is affected by whether or not their needs are met, like food, but also whether or not their enrichment needs are met. And Fossils and Archaeology adds plenty of toys for your dinosaurs to play with in loads of different variants. So the balls are in every single color, and the tethered log and scratching post are in every single wood type. And finally, there's this fun little bubble blower, which requires a redstone signal to run. Now, we have two final things to end out this tutorial with. Max population, which you can find with the Dinopedia down here. Every creature has a maximum population of creatures that they can be around. If that creature's max population is exceeded, they will kill each other until they are below the max population again. Now, you might notice that the T-Rex's is only 2, which is a super low max population. And the fact that they kill each other until they're down below it does not take taming into effect. So if they go over it, and even if they are all tamed, they will kill each other, unfortunately. And the second thing we have to talk about is creature breeding. If you have an adult male and an adult female in your enclosures together, they will automatically breed. Unlike vanilla creatures that need an item to do this, fossils and archaeology creatures will do it automatically. And they can exceed their max population by breeding with each other. So if you don't want this to happen, you have two options in the config, and you can obviously keep your males and your females separated in two different enclosures as well. But the config options are you can turn on eggs like chickens, which makes the eggs drop like normal chicken eggs instead of being placed down on the ground like this. And you can also just turn off dinosaur breeding altogether so that they will not breed at all. Well, that's all the information that I have for you for now. I hope that you have fun exploring the different prehistoric creatures that this mod adds, and if you have questions, you can either check out their Discord, which is found on their Kirchforge and Modrinth download pages, or you can ask your questions in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I hope that you all have a blessed rest of your day, and if you enjoyed my content, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more.